Have you ever felt overwhelmed by temptation and wondered if it meant you were doing something wrong? Padre Pio would say the opposite. Stay tuned to hear his wisdom. Welcome to Following Padre Pio. Whether you're joining us for the first time or returning, we're glad you're here. Today's story from Padre Pio's life may inspire you in ways you didn't expect. And if you haven't yet downloaded our new ebook on Indulgences, you'll find a link in the description below. It will be available until the end of Lent. Today we turn to the powerful words of Padre Pio found in his letters. This one is addressed to Maria Gargani, a school teacher and one of his spiritual daughters, who would later go on to found a religious congregation. Though we don't have any of her letters, we do have 67 of Padre Pio's replies, and they give us a window into the struggles and spiritual battles she faced. In this particular letter, Padre Pio comforts her in the face of temptation, and I think his words will resonate with anyone going through a spiritual storm. So let's dive right in. Live tranquilly and don't worry about anything. The countless temptations with which you are continually assailed should not frighten you, because the Holy Spirit forewarns the devout soul who is trying to advance in the ways of the Lord to prepare itself for temptations. Therefore, take heart, because the sure and infallible sign of the health of a soul is temptation. What a striking perspective. We usually see temptation as a sign of weakness, but Padre Pio says it's actually a sign of spiritual health. If you're being attacked, it means you're advancing, you're a threat to the enemy. And just like the saints, you're being tested because you belong to Christ. The letter continues. No chosen soul is free from temptations. Not even the apostle of the people who, after being taken to paradise, was subjected to such a trial that Satan went so far as to hit him. Dear God, who can read those pages without feeling one's blood freezing in one's veins? How many tears, how many sighs, how many groans, how many prayers did this holy apostle raise, so that the Lord might withdraw this most painful trial from him? But what was Jesus' reply? Only this: my grace is sufficient for you. One becomes perfect in weakness. Therefore, take heart. Here Padre Pio points us to St. Paul's thorn, a trial so severe it made the apostle beg for relief. But God's answer was unexpected. He didn't remove the trial. Instead, he promised, my grace is sufficient. Padre Pio reminds us that the same is true in our battles. When temptations feel unrelenting, we are not being abandoned, we are being invited to rely completely on Christ. The Lord doesn't always calm the storm, so to speak. Sometimes he steadies the sailor. And perhaps that is what some of you need right now. Not for the storm to disappear, but to know that you are being steadied by grace. If you are quietly fighting a temptation, if you're carrying a struggle no one else sees, this might be an invitation for you. Becoming a protected child of Padre Pio is not simply about supporting this channel. It's about placing your own life under his spiritual care. Your name, your family, and your deepest intentions are remembered in regular holy masses. A blessed image of Padre Pio and a certificate of participation stand as gentle signs that you belong to a praying spiritual family. You do not have to walk this road alone. If your heart is seeking that steadiness, take that step today. Place yourself under his care through the link below. Now let's return to Padre Pio's words, because he has more comfort to offer us. He continues, fight valiantly, and you will obtain the reward of strong souls. In times of great struggle, turn to prayer and trust in God. If the Lord puts you to the test, know that he will not permit this to be beyond your strength. If you are despised by the world, enjoy it, because they first hated the author of life, the divine Master. If you are harassed and afflicted with every kind of privation, temptation, and trials by the devil and his followers, raise your eyes on high, redouble your courage. The Lord is with you, and there is no reason to fear. In closing, Padre Pio, with the tenderness of a father and the wisdom of a saint, reminds us that temptation is not a sign of defeat, but a mark of God's work in us. The devil doesn't waste arrows on those already in his grip. So when the enemy taunts you with past failures or future fears, remember, temptation is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you are still in the fight. And unlike the devil, you have God on your side. Thank you for watching. May Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.